Coming to you live from a pair of shorts that Mylan should have thrown out 6 years ago. This is Destiny Down Under.
Episode of the Destiny Down Under podcast. I, as always, am Floggy Log Power Slave, joined by coffee sipping wanker Mylan Games. How are you?
You know, I hadn't had a sip of my coffee yet, and then I went to do it.
I know,
and it was a bit too hot. It burnt me lip, and I thought, ooh, like, you know, your Discord camera's frozen on my end, but obviously it's fine on your end.
It's fine on my end, so like, I don't know. Fuck you, I guess.
Yeah, now it's gonna, whatever.
It's gonna unnerve you.
Did you ask me a question, or did you just call me a coffee wanker?
No, I just called you coffee wanker. I don't know. You just picked up your coffee at the moment that I was introducing you, so that was kind of just was all I had to go with. Oh no, Discord fucking crashed. Shit. Oh, that's no good.
Oh, we're off to a good start. Are we back?
We're off to a flying start. What's going
just dropped.
on? Oh no. Oh no. I'm not going to be able to get my camera back too because fucking OBS commands it.
Just have the angry little face. Just have the angry little face the whole time.
I feel like it might detract from. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Troubleshooting.
How'd you do that?
Just fucking don't you worry about it. I'm a wizard, Harry.
I'm a wizard, Harry.
So if you're listening to this on audio only platform, you've just had 2 minutes of the podcast stolen from you by technical difficulties. So fucking cop that, I guess. It's the audio worked the whole time. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but here we are. Let's hope it doesn't do it again. I'm keeping my eye on you, Discord, you motherfucker.
I saw the best tweet last week, which was like, it was something like every podcast ever, like 20 minutes. And it was just almost what we did then, but a little bit better. It was a bit like,
it sounds like
I'm gonna talk about something really serious. You know,
I saw that.
Want to hear this?
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that? Yeah.
We just need to get some more conversation going about it. This is what we need to do. Yep. Oh, totally. This is why we have you on.
It was like 20 minutes.
I'm like, I was watching it going, I've said that. I
don't think people understand what I'm talking about. Oh, it's fucking. You know how podcasting.
Fucking retweet it.
Oh, there's such a lead up into a conversation, and some people you just like a bit like this podcast, get to the fucking point. It just made fun of podcasts for not getting to the point, which is like, all right, Log, we're going to talk about something. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for me to talk about something? I don't know if I should really speak about this. What do you reckon? And then, not actually saying the fucking thing we're talking about.
We did a lot of that last week.
A little bit like this intro.
Offering very little content for I don't know. So the thing is, like, I think a lot of people do that to fill out the fact that they don't have all that much to say, where I know for a fact that you and I do that because our brains just don't work very quickly, and we have to fucking stall for time to get to the point where it's like there is the actual thing that I needed to say. It's like 2 minutes of guff so I can put all my thoughts together. So that just is.
Well, I've had a good week. Have you? Has your week been?
I've had a bad week.
Why?
I've had a bad week. I'm going to rant. I'm going to rant about something. I'm going to rant about two fuckwits in the Destiny community. Fucking wankers, right? Here we go. We're straight into it. Everyone jumped in the comment section of the YouTube videos last week of the fucking YouTube version of this, and they were like, oh, fucking, I want more drama. Right. Here's your fucking drama, all right? Oh, look at Matt's face.
I don't know what's going on.
I know. I didn't forewarn you of this at all, so you can absolve yourself of your sins. Two fucking wankers, right, in the Destiny community host a fucking podcast. Last week on Saturday, we're a bit negative about things. All right. Their names are Flog Power Slave and Merlin Germs. Right?
Oh, it's fucking us. Yeah.
It's just but I had to think about it, and I'm like, I uploaded the episode anyway. I dead set thought about canning it, but I'm not doing that again. And there's a fucking reason I'm not doing that shit again. And the reason is, first and foremost, no one fucking comes to this podcast to listen to hot takes and fucking let's dissect what's going on in Destiny. Honestly, if you're turning up for that, you're a fucking idiot. We don't do that. Half the time, we just spend talking shit. Destiny is the pretext.
People do turn up for the hot takes. You sort of mix them in. People turn up for the hot takes. They don't turn up for the dissecting, valid criticism.
So what we're going to do, right, from now on, is if we do talk about something negative, that's fine. But I'm not going to fucking dwell on it and let it carry on because I'm really fucking aware that you could be getting in your car on a Monday morning and put this shit on for whatever it, like, God bless your soul. I respect and applaud your patronage of this podcast, but why you would do that is beyond me. But I don't want to be the dude who puts a dampening on people's Monday morning. That's not what we're about. It's never been what we're about. So we're going to fucking limit this shit. Now, Destiny, I'm not going to sit here and pretend it's fucking great. It's not. But we know why, and we know what's happening. You know, we were told months ago there are bones in Destiny that need to be broken. Okay? Right? And we need to break the bones of Destiny to fix it. Okay, right. Beyond Light, it was the green whistle, right? It was the fucking, there you go, suck on that, it'll take your mind off the pain. And guess what's just left now? The pain. Pain. Will Smith, pain. So, look, the good thing about having a Destiny broken leg is that you can go and do other shit. So when there's good things to talk about, we'll talk about the good things. When there's fucking not much to talk about, we just won't. And that's the end of it. The end. Okay? Matt?
Right. That wasn't anywhere near as angry as I thought it was going to be honest.
No, I wanted to worry you. So I can go back and get a still frame of your face when it was like these two fuckwits in Destiny. It was beautiful.
Oh, then it was up. Oh, look. We've been here. Everyone's got a goldfish memory. We literally have these same conversations every fucking 6 months.
Yeah. And we've been doing it long enough now that we're basically a Destiny legacy podcast. We're like Black Sabbath, just touring around, trotting out the same shit. Because people keep turning up. We don't know what else to do with it. So if you're fucking confused, just stay because we're just going to talk about shit. That's what this is. That's just fun.
You know what would be a bad business decision though?
What's that?
Playing Halo.
You can play Halo. You can play anything. I think that's the phase that we're entering.
You missed the joke.
Why?
When I uploaded my Halo video.
You did that before last week's podcast, didn't you? That was like a week and a bit ago, and we talked about you trolling everyone by saying that Halo is better, which in some ways it is. It's a fair statement.
Do you know what's pretty good?
What? Tell me.
Have you played Hollow Knight?
No, I watched you play 3 seconds of it and saw you screaming, and I thought, I don't need that fucking shit in my life. I've got Sekiro. I've got enough fucking making me angry, man. Everyone's like, you should play that on stream. No, I'm getting through it. It's, I don't know. I don't look up strats or anything really. I just kind of figure my own way through it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm not all that quick, but I'm just doing it, playing it for me. So I'm not that worried. But yeah, so Hollow Knight, I saw you. I haven't watched your video yet, but I saw you.
It actually is a masterpiece. I mean that.
It like in.
That with all my heart.
In the like, I don't know. Looking at it, it reminds me of Cuphead. Is that a fair?
It's like, you know how Halo Combat Evolved just had really strong direction. Everything was extremely cohesive.
Yep.
The music, the sound effects, the gameplay, the combat.
Yep. You
could just see that a lot of love went into making sure all the pieces went together. You get the same impression from Hollow Knight on the indie scale. basically. And even then, I think it competes with some of the biggest ones. It's done by like 3 Aussies or some shit.
Man, I'm gonna have to go and pick it up on principle, even if I do end up fucking ripping my hair out.
It's like $15, mate.
Oh wow. Oh, mate, I'll never financially recover from this.
Like, I actually reckon out of all the games I've been playing on stream, like a Hollow Knight and Halo are like right at the top.
There you go. And I mean, now you know.
Easy.
Now you know. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't say Tarky, given you pump fucking hours and hours and hours into it, but
there's a different thing between like a game that you mainstream that you don't have to, and one that you sort of have an experience with. And Hollow Knight's one of those things that sort of renewed my faith in fucking the gaming industry. It's like, oh, this is what a good game looks like.
I think modern games by definition have to be so big and all encompassing that the minutiae of shit gets lost, where Hollow Knight sounds very focused, if that's probably the right word for it. I don't know. I haven't played it, so I'm just springboarding off what you've said. I think you look at any big tentpole release these days, and of which Destiny is one, despite the fact that Bungie is now an independent studio, it's still massive in the grand scheme of things. It has to kind of try and do everything pretty well to keep everyone playing it, to keep it rolling. Where a game is an experience, I think, is... I haven't done that for a little while. Like Sekiro is sort of like me jumping back into that. You know, like this is fuck off hard. I'm playing it because it's rewarding when I beat it, and I'm doing it on my own time for no reason other than I want to. Mm-hmm. And I think that's probably the thing of the gaming thing that I had lost over the years, sort of just being so boomp about Destiny. So if there's a game on your shelf, like, you know, the other one that I want to go and pick up, I think Bomb was playing it, Ori and the Blind Forest. I've not played that, but every time I see someone talk about it, they say it is a fucking masterpiece in the same way.
So that's always compared to Hollow Knight. They're like, people always pin them against each other.
Okay.
And people reckon Ori's a bit better, but I don't know. I mean, I haven't played it yet. I think that's next on my list.
Is it also made by Australians?
Probably not. So it can't be that good.
It's definitely worse. It's definitely worse than Hollow Knight then.
It's on Game Pass apparently.
Right, there you go.
One other, someone's put in chat, Fallen Order. Fallen Order was a good game too. I only played a tiny bit of it. It's like the Dark Souls of fucking Star Wars, right?
Yeah. I feel like I played the first one. Did I? No, I'm thinking of the other one with Starkiller in it. Whatever. Yeah. But I feel like we're probably all missing that. We all want that kind of grandstand single player campaign, fucking massive experience out of Destiny, and I don't believe
everyone got blue balls from Cyberpunk, and so they're just looking for other good single player.
Honestly, I have not played a minute of that game. I can tell you right now, I never will, unless like I just don't care. Every time I look at it, every clip I've ever seen of it has been in a negative light, and it's just so tarnished something I was looking forward to. Anyway, there's a little bit happened in Destiny this week, which we'll jump into in a little while. But I don't know, like, how did, for those of you who don't follow Mylan's fucking Twitch stream, you went and did jiu-jitsu this morning and streamed it.
I did some jiu-jitsu this morning. A bit of, public service announcement. If you do in real life streams, Twitch has in the Twitch app itself, like, just go live. You just click go live if you're logged in your account. You bang in a title, you put the Twitch, and you're away you go. Super simple. But stream quality was not as good today, so I gave that a test. I think I'll probably go back to Streamlabs, and then it's like it's just fucking like it's such a different atmosphere compared to your camera's gonna fucking shit the bed again. I won't do anything, see if it stays there. It's a different atmosphere than being in front of your computer. And I haven't quite mastered it yet. You see, I'm still a bit awkward with it, but we're getting there. Everyone's getting a bit more comfortable, getting absolutely rolled, do some techniques, all that kind of stuff. It's a good day.
I think it's one of those things that is like I was working on music stuff this morning and had it on. And your brother is like, if there was two clones, like you walk the same in everything, but I think Chris got like all the good genes.
I know that. I got a new fucking, I got a new nickname, fucking confirmed to be Lizard Man, because I got short arms. Because Scotty was saying some shit about how like lizards' limb proportions, like they got hell long tails with like short arms or something.
Yeah, that's probably fair enough. I mean, you don't have a tail, that'd be weird, but still,
T-Rex.
I don't know. I think that it's kind of like a fly on the wall experience thing. Oh, fucking Discord shit itself again. Here we go. Knew it was gonna happen.
Leave the call and come back.
Nah, it's all good. We endure. We persevere. There we go. Fixed it. I don't know why it's doing it. It's shit me off. So if I get progressively angry over the course of this episode, you'll know why. Okay, right? I'm not going to acknowledge it again. But yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was fucking good, and I thought that like there's a whole heap of people who've probably never been exposed to that sort of shit in your chat, and some that have. And it's I don't know. I was just laughing at your fucking warm ups more than anything. The fucking back roll thing. Everyone's like, "Is this the start of the human centipede?" Yes. But
yeah, it's maybe we'll get Danny down one time to explain stuff, or have someone to talk a bit more. It's you know, you got the coach there giving instruction too, and it's sort of a bit I think I just need to persist with it, and as we all get more comfortable, it will get better. It's like anything. It's like it's when you first start streaming, you're like a fucking awkward teenager, you don't know what to do, and then you eventually find your zone, and then
especially with something like that.
Now we play marbles.
There's not much crossover between like martial arts and streaming, so there's a fair gulf to fucking cross there in terms of like what it's all about and all that sort of thing. I just think that it's pretty rad that like the people that you're training with and that are open to it, and it's a way of exposing, you know, like your audience to something that's well outside of fucking Destiny lore and whatever else. So it's good.
It's nice to have like just one day a week where we just do something like that. You know, it's like when we did the cooking stream. You know, I think people want more cooking streams and more fucking walk streams and shit like that.
Take me for a walk.
Show me the world. Show me the real world.
Show me yonder. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like then you're throwing yourself into that kettle of fucking. You know, you need to be really careful about not giving away too much about where you live. But it's good. I'm glad that you're doing it. And look,
do you know I saw a clip today? Go on.
I was going to say you've lost a few kegs. It's pretty obvious.
Senchi's sent me a clip. The guy doing in real life stream, and I don't know why you do this. You had like donation alerts on, so it reads them out. And he's in like some party or something, and it goes like attention, and then everyone looks at him at this fucking event, and it's like C4 has been activated. Drink. And everyone started screaming, and they ran out of the fucking convention center. The alarms went off. And then there was a screenshot of him in court saying bail's been set at $75,000. He might go to prison for 10 years.
What a fucking idiot. Yeah, don't do that, Matt. Don't ever do that, please.
Inciting a public panic.
Wow. Yeah, that's big trouble. Please don't do that.
I don't like really going to public places, which is why we've done the jiu-jitsu stuff, because I can organize a private session with the coach, and I can ask Scotty and my brother to come down, and we can do a session, and we're not bothering people. Yeah.
Yeah, I think streaming from a public place is like dickhead shit. The only place I'd ever like to stream, I'd like to one day when teleportation is created and we can move seamlessly across the country instantly, I think we need to start doing the DDU in a pub I feel like just having microphones set up in a pub for this podcast with ambient background pub noise would probably be the actual tone that we need.
Yeah, when we want to lose the channel, like terms of service, Australian pub, like there you go.
I don't know. I feel like we can talk our way through anything. You know what I did this week? You know what I did? I watched something. I don't normally watch all that much on fucking TV. I think for the most part, I've got my shows that I watch, like a fucking old granny, my serials, and then I don't watch much. But I watched what is it? The History of Swear Words or whatever it is that Nick Cage hosts.
Yeah.
Actually, pretty good. Except for like everything after the second episode, because they did fuck and shit, and then after that it was like bitch and damn and things that, like, I don't know whether they're universally considered swear words, but in Australia, really not. And they didn't do the C-bomb, which I was kind of disappointed about, but that probably would have triggered, an entire nation. So
yeah. Hey, considering we're nowhere close to Destiny, this is another recommendation. Welcome to Netflix recommendations with Long and Nat.
Recommendations down under with
movies down under.
We're going to talk about Destiny.
Fucking Jimmy, right? Yeah, not bad movie. Yeah, crikey.
Crikey, shit.
So, 10 out of 10 galahs. Flaming glass. Yeah. So, final thing, recommendation for Netflix. Yep. There's some like spy show on there. It's like a doco, and they're talking about the strategies that intelligence gathering that they use.
Okay.
And it is the most convoluted shit you've ever thought of. It will actually blow your mind. Like something like they built some US embassy in Russia, right?
Yep.
And the US guy's like, every fucking pillar had a microphone built into it. The only way we can make it safe, we had to chop the top 3 floors off to get rid of everything and then import US materials that we knew hadn't been tampered with. And then there was like,
what?
It is proper insane. I can't remember what it's called. Go have a look. It is proper insanity. And you're like, okay, maybe the movies aren't making it up.
All right. Okay. You need to text me the name of it or whatever it is.
Okay.
Like actual boomer text it to me. Like,
yeah. Well,
me and you, the only people sending actual text messages in 2021.
Yeah, but I'm fucking back on Twitter now. It's a bit bullshit, isn't it?
I know. You've been, I don't know. I mean, you're around more, which is nice, but, I don't know. I mean,
reliable.
Should we talk about the look, we're going to do this. I've decided. Here, we're going to do this. Yesterday, Nortmare, a huge fan of Matt's, obviously, created this incredible piece of art. I've got it queued up here. I've got it ready because I just wanted to share it with everyone. Look at this. Here we are. We'll zoom in. Look at this shit. That right there, and I know that this doesn't translate to audio at all, so just go on Matt's Twitter, you'll fucking find it. That is the face that Matt pulled at fucking 10 a.m. while drinking sangrias at PAX when I slightly pissed him off and I feared for my life.
Thing is, he doesn't follow me, so I can't message him. I want to get the original, so I've got a copy of it.
Correct.
Honestly,
it's pretty impressive.
We've had I've seen a lot of art, but this is probably the first bit of fan art that I was like, that is fucking really good. That really captures when I'm telling my stupid lore stories and people get like a negative outcome and I have to kill them off in the story. It just,
with glee.
It honestly is really fucking good.
My favorite thing about it is just the fact that the background is a kitchen.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like a coffee machine and fucking pots and pans and an engram. How good. All right, but more importantly, that's just a segue because I want to read out something that I found profoundly disturbing. Someone posted, I don't know, I was going to actually lean into trying to cancel Matt yesterday. I felt like there's some elements of his behavior that are becoming problematic, and they're probably best typified by this. Sassy posted it. I am led to believe it wasn't Sassy who wrote it because he doesn't live in Perth. But anyway, I'm going to read this out for everyone's benefit, just so you know what Matt's really like, okay? It says, I saw Mylan Games at a grocery store in Perth yesterday. I told him how cool it was to meet him in person, but I didn't want to be a douche and bother him and ask him about Destiny lore or anything. He said, oh, like you want to actually know, cunt. I was taken aback. And all I could say was, huh? But he kept cutting me off, screaming, and rolling around performing jiu-jitsu moves. Man, I'm worried about you already. I walked away and continued with my shopping. I heard him wheezing with laughter as I walked off. When I came to pay for my stuff, he was up the front. I saw him trying to walk out of the doors with like 15 sangria cans in his hands without paying. The girl at the counter was very nice about it. She said, sir, you need to pay for those first. At first, he kept pretending like he was under his sound box, your studio element that you use to get very isolated sounding vocals for Mylan Games voice tracks. And he couldn't hear her, but eventually turned back around and brought them to the counter. When she took the cans and started scanning it multiple times because they were all the same, he stopped her and told her to scan them each individually to prevent any lore hobbits from asking stupid fucking questions.
Who wrote this?
I know, but I'm not telling you.
Where was it put?
I don't even know what a lore hobbit is, as I only know him from his YouTube content. After that, she scanned each can and put them in a bag and started to say the price. He kept interrupting her by swearing loudly. You're a very odd man, Matthew. I'm worried about you.
Who wrote that? And where is it? You fucking dogs.
I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna commission the person who wrote that to write a Mylan Games copy pasta every week to read out. Because I feel like it set the tone.
I've got so many elements in there.
I was waiting for the asking someone how many YouTube subs they've got, but I was disappointed that wasn't in there. That would have been in there.
Yeah.
That would have been in there. I didn't write it. Hand on my heart, did not write it. It had nothing to do with me. I never saw it before it was posted. But I tell you what.
Where was it posted?
Sassy posted it.
They didn't tag me in it though.
I mean, that's probably the point. All right, let's talk about some fucking Destiny for a bit. We can do some.
My god, I see it now.
We'll blast through the 12. Matty can talk a little bit about what's coming up on his little channel this week, and then we can get back to talking shit. How about that? All right, this week at Bungie, you can go and do the Harbinger activity to get the Hawkmoon Catalyst and farm Hawkmoon rolls. It's the only exotic you can get that does not have a static roll. There are some absolutely disgusting rolls available, and if you at all like hand cannons and it suits your playstyle, you need to get in there and fucking farm that shit.
What's the gold roll? What's the gold roll?
I have not been farming it. Admittedly, I am sticking with my true prophecy, and that's kind of what I'm going to do. But I know that Aura has been farming the living shit out of it. So I'm not sure what the actual god roll is, but I've seen a lot of dirty play with it being posted on Twitter and stuff over the last couple of days. So jump in, check that out. The mission's pretty fucking hard too, apparently.
I heard people like solo though. I see some people in chat too. People like doing the solo.
Yeah, doing it solo, but I mean, there was a lot of people saying this shouldn't be harder than a fucking raid. So I don't know. I mean, I kind of like Destiny when it gets really fucking hard. I've enjoyed doing the Grandmaster Nightfalls in previous seasons and stuff. Admittedly, I haven't done that this season because they're just a bit burnt out. So moving on from that, the next little stanza of the top is entitled "Sticking Around." So previous criticisms of Destiny and stuff that we've definitely said on the podcast was that they create great stuff and it's in there for a season and then it's fucking gone. You know, like you think about Season of the Worthy, all the stuff that came with that. I can't even remember what what was the fucking that thing where you went and visited Osiris and he put you through all the different things and
the Infinite Forest.
No, not that thing. The other thing. Anyway, whatever it was called. The activity, the seasonal activity, and it was like fucking good, and then it was there, and then it was gone. So
what was it called?
I don't know. Fucking chat, help, please! It's gonna kill me.
I've got an image of it. The fucking
it's like a sundial. Thank fuck. Oh my god. Sundial. It looked nothing like a sundial. What a fucking it did really. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, from top view.
Anyway, yeah. All right. So that's pretty long-held criticism of things that have come into Destiny. Also, the fact that you had to be there at the time to do all the shit to get the rewards. So they're changing that. There will be elements of this season that will stick around until the end of the year. So basically until we hit our next DLC release. So from this season, we are carrying forward the story missions. There'll be a node in the director that you can do to jump back into them after the completion of the season. Wrathborn hunts will be hanging around. The Adored quest will continue to be available. Crow's vendor screen on the Tangled Shore, so you'll be able to go and get your gear from him. Obviously, with Wrathborn hunts, it makes sense to have that system continue. The Hawkmoon exotic quest and master activity that has just released will continue, and the seasonal seal and the warden title will continue to be around. So no longer the last year's model of you had to be there and complete everything in the season to get the title. I think that's cool. I think that it'll allow people to come and go from Destiny a little bit more, and I think that small changes like this will alleviate people's burnout. You know, you can spend 6 months a year in Destiny and knock everything over and have plenty to do, rather than a year sort of like ticking over and whatever. I think it's a really positive change, and I'm happy to see it. The things that will actually go, you won't be doing bounties for the crow. Messages from the field will be gone. Obviously, the artifact will change with the season, and the season pass content. Your 100 levels that you go through and get free shit will refresh and become something new. So most of the meat and potatoes of it is hanging around. Happy to see that.
Can you give me too long, didn't listen? Like, it's just one sentence.
The seasonal content's hanging around for the most part.
Okay. How long?
Till the end of year 4. So
this year?
DLC release, yes.
Okay.
This year, September or November, if it even.
Is that different from what they had already planned?
I don't know. They've not really spoken about it. I think that they.
I'm thinking of sunsetting with how many weapons get.
Yeah, look, that's another kettle of fish. Yeah,
Did someone say sunsetting?
I mean, I guess it's the same time frame, really. It's a year.
Is it the same time frame as sunsetting?
More or less.
Oh my god, the Bungie sunsetting activities.
I mean, well, to be fair, they've already done that with half the Crucible map, so who really gives a shit about the Wrathborn hunts in that context? Happy to report that, I don't know, I mean, look, this TWAB was kind of divisive in that there's stuff that they're bringing back. Every time that happens, we get aspects of our community carrying on, it's recycled content. I think for them to bring something back that was good and functional and they probably never should have got rid of in the first place is great. So on that note, Umbral Engrams and the Prismatic Recaster from Season of Arrivals are returning and giving us a way to directly focus on getting things that we want in game. I mean, it's been fucking hard, and in the context of sunsetting, I think it's required basically that you can go out and chase things down. So more or less, you'll be able to go and get Umbrals with less frequency. Hopefully you won't be fucking drowning in them like we all were at the end of Arrivals. From patrols, strikes, Crucible, Gambit, the Ordeal, public events, Blindwell, Nightmare hunts, Exo challenges, Empire hunts, and the new seasonal activity for next season. So you'll be able to get fucking Umbral Engrams more or less everywhere. And you'll be able to whack them in the prismatic recaster and focus them into shit that you actually want. So I don't know. I'm kind of happy with that. I think it's good. I think it's one of those systems that I remember at the time speaking about it with you, Matt, and saying, it's a good, robust system, and we were kind of baffled that they were going to take it out because they do this shit. It's a good system. It works. It adds depth to the game. Fucking leave it there. I'm glad it's back in that context.
So I was tweetering.
Yep. I mean, now you've got all the time in the world to do so.
Umbral Engrams are coming back. What were the locations you can get it from, you said?
You can get them fucking everywhere, really. Patrol strikes,
everywhere.
Crucible Gambit, The Ordeal, public events, Blindwell, Nightmare Hunts, Exo challenges, Empire Hunts, and the new seasonal activity, not raids.
Will all Engrams be Umbral or?
No, I feel like they're you still get
there'll be a random drop, right?
Yep. So similar to Season of Arrivals, Umbral Engrams will drop from completing an activity for a variety of content.
Awesome.
So it's just more.
Do we
ways
know?
to get
are they gonna? Because weren't they powerful? Umbral's always powerful last season.
They were like a low tier powerful in that they'd get you up to a certain point, but you couldn't reach the cap hitting them. So I think that they'll probably function in the same way. Yeah, they weren't pinnacle. I feel like they'll function in the same way, or at least they
were good for leveling because you could specify what piece you wanted, really.
Yep. Yeah, and that rings true. That's basically the same. And you if you're chasing gun rolls too, you can specify the season that you want weapons from. So you might not be able to like say that you want a particular gun, but you'll be able to say reduce your the variance in what you're going to get, and hopefully get something that you do want. So I feel like it's a positive change.
It's such a better system than the fucking Wraithborn where you put all this dog shit into a what's it called? A lure,
and then go and kill something.
And then you
powerful
go do the same shit every time, and then you see what happens.
Yeah,
it's
rather
like just
this way. It's just kind of like the same thing, but it's in the tower, and you get it passively by just doing whatever you fucking want to do.
Wraithborn's pretty much Menagerie, and everyone liked Menagerie, but it does. I don't know. It doesn't have the same feel as Menagerie because it's not.
It kind of is in a way, but yeah, that's what I was going to say. The activity in and of itself is kind of really, I don't know. It doesn't. Menagerie was special. I hope that there's plans to bring that back sooner rather than later because I felt hit a really right note in terms of like the variation of it. That was what really made the Menagerie special, is that every encounter was different, slightly.
It was like a little mini raid, really. It was like a mini dungeon.
Yeah. Yep. So look, I won't get into the minutiae of that. If you're really interested in how the fucking Umbral Engrams are going to work, go and read the TWAB. That's what it's there for.
That's nice.
I feel like it's a good move.
I mean, does it say which season's armor will be in there? Be the current season?
No, I mean you can farm
because Umbrals last time had seraphs and all that kind of shit in it, didn't it?
Yeah, you'll be able to go and get previous seasons up to the point that they're sunset, I believe. Right, like looking backwards, so you won't be able to get sunset shit. Obviously, there'd be no point. The only exception to that rule is the Wrathborn rewards, because you can still get them from Uldren by doing Wrathborn hunts.
Right.
So there's an organic way you can go and get them. Probably wouldn't bother, as we just discussed. Bit of a activity, but cool. The thing that probably made me most excited about this TWAB was the fact that they're bringing Gilded Titles to the game now. What that means is that if you've achieved a title in one of the three recurring titles, being Flawless, Conqueror, Unbroken, or Dwedgen, you then have the option to gild that the next time around by achieving a specific set of objectives. I feel like this is a super positive move in terms of like rewarding players who, like look at it in this context. If I had something to chase in comp this season, I would have been playing it, but I just didn't because I already had Unbroken. I played it a bit for fun, tried to help other people out, which, I'm pretty shit, so it didn't really work. But, like this would have given me a reason to go and do it and to get the Gilded title. So what does Gilded mean? A series of seasonal objectives to gild a core ritual title. So the 4 that I listed off. A new border around the seal in the Triumphs UI. A pip tracking how many times in your career you've gilded a given title. So not only is it for the current season, there is a sort of like a history of how often you've done it. So if you're a real sweat lord and you're going to go unbroken and get your flawless fucking title every season or do the gilding every season, you'll have that to flex on. A new color and symbol for the title over your head. So instead of just being purple, there'll be all different colors. I think that's a nice little bit of variety, right?
I've been the worst fucking. I've been the biggest dead shit today, and I apologize.
You're all right. Why? What?
I'm just not contributing to the discussions. I'm talking in chat. I'm getting distracted. I'm talking on Twitter. I don't even know what you're fucking talking about, cunt. What's this gilded shit?
You can gild titles. Titles. You make your titles more fancy. I just explained.
What does that mean?
I just explained it.
Oh, fuck me. Fuck you, Jimmy. You distracted me.
Jimmy, fuck off. Fuck me. No one's allowed to talk to Matt. No one fucking at Matt in chat. I'll fucking ban you. This is what it's come to. Totalitarian regimes on the DDU. Here we go.
Oh, yeah,
Speak up, you little fucks. I'm coming down on you like a ton of bricks.
They like it. It makes it more powerful.
I'm a rebel. Yeah, fucking try it. See what happens, you little fuckhead. There we go. We're back laughing about garbage again.
Gilded titles.
All right, so what it is, what does gilded mean? I literally just read this while Matt was typing, but I'm going to fucking read it again because look, it's it'll be funny. A series of seasonal. Why do I keep saying seasonable? What an idiot. Season. I fucking hate you, man. Jesus Christ.
Worth it. Read it again.
A series of seasonal objectives to gild a core ritual title. The 4 titles that I listed before. Flawless, Conqueror, Unbroken, and Dredgen. Okay. Not that Matt knows what any of them are because he doesn't have any of them. Do you have any titles whatsoever?
No.
Why am I explaining this to you? Anyone who's listening to the
so you got to have the title first?
Yes. And then you can...
And then there'll be a bunch of activities to make your title glow, basically.
Yeah, gilded. It'll give you a different color. It'll keep a track record of how many times you've done that.
Do they give any examples of what that might look like what the activities would be?
Yeah, there's a few little grab screens in here. Not much, not a huge amount of detail, and they do say that they will be changing season on season, so a bit of variety in it. I mean, the trials ones more or less appear to be play trials. Get flawlesses and stuff. So it's kind of doubling down on the theme of each of them. But
so it's very similar to what you do to get a title. It's just that extra step.
I believe so, but yeah. So you'll have to already have the title from a previous season to then be able to do this in subsequent seasons. And it's just it's just a flex. I did see Ninja put out a great tweet about doing this for raids as well. It's not there, but because obviously there's no title that's sort of like specific to all raids rather than individual raids. They're all tied to their specific activity. But having one for all raids where it was that you could grow and enhance, I think is a great idea. Because there's a lot of people out there who kind of go a little bit uncredited in terms of how many fucking people they help through the raid. I think I'd love to see something like this, generic. I don't want to say generic because I feel like that belittles it, but a title that covers all raids that keeps track of how many people maybe that they've helped through for the first time and stats like that. I think would be fucking cool because there's a lot of people out there that really put their guts into that. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good move. I think it gives people who are around and have been around for a while and already have the titles that they care about something to chase every season. So hopefully it helps a little bit with player population in some of these playlists and things like that because they're kind of dying by that sort at the moment. Trials is fucking incredibly sweaty. It is such a horrid place to be because no one's playing it except abject sweats. and no one has a reason to. This hopefully will change that.
You know what? You know what I think would bring me back to Destiny? Apart from just like, I'm obviously always going to come back for the releases. Look, I go fucking hard. I'm going to be going harder than normal now that I'm full time, right? So
yeah,
whatever. Like I'll be playing Destiny a lot whenever we, get to another release. But the PvP, I think, would bring me back if they really spice it up with game modes.
I think a lot of people are feeling the same way. You're wired like me in that way, in that like you don't necessarily want to be doing in-depth activities for like hours on end, like a raid, right? Like you want to be able to laugh and fuck around, and like Crucible by its nature has that. Okay, well, you're committed for fucking 10 minutes, and then and then it all resets and you start again, and it doesn't really have a shit game. Cool.
It's the
short attention span shit, And you can have a really fucked game, and then you just, it's water off a duck's back. The next game you're back. It's fine. I think that for me is like why I'm struggling with Destiny a bit now, because it just feels really stale. And admittedly, a lot of the maps have been removed. There's less variation in it, and I think that, coupled with the fact that a lot of people are feeling the same way and aren't playing, it leaves like the absolute fucking god tier, I don't want to give up on this, this is all I do with my life level of players in playlists like Trials, and it's just like fucking good luck. Like I'm no flawless Trials legend, but I was getting to like 6 wins and then losing and shit like that quite a bit, and now I'm like, if I get to 3 wins without getting fucking stomped, it's a great day. So I don't know. It's in a tough spot. They need to really, really work on that. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I think that
you know what? Oh look, I'm such a fucking Halo fanboy. It needs a Halo PvP workover. You look at Halo and you're like, I just felt, how much fucking Halo PvP did you play back in the day?
I can tell you, because I looked at my stats only the other day, because in the last TWAB, Bungie talked about shutting down the Halo 3 servers. So in terms of not the stat servers that they still hold from back in the day that held all of your clips. So I downloaded a shitload of clips of like me and Keggy from fucking 2009, fucking back on the sticks, getting multi kills and shit and whatever. But I looked at my stats there, like for Halo 3, and it was like 3,500 games of Halo multiplayer across all of the play modes. So I don't even know. I haven't looked up how that stacks up to Destiny. I'll do that now, actually, just so we can talk about it. But I feel that like,
did you get into custom games in Halo? Custom game modes?
and there was an element of variety that was brought about by like the Forge. But
game times,
I honestly feel like anyone who says, "Oh, Halo multiplayer back in the day was just better," and all of that sort of stuff, to look at it objectively, like I don't think it offered much that Destiny doesn't, and I think there's things that Destiny offers that it didn't. So I feel like we're just at a point where it's as much rose-tinted glasses as anything. Like Halo had next to no content updates, right? Halo 3 came out. And it had the Forge, and there was a playlist for custom maps. But beyond that, it was the same 10 maps for fucking ever. Right?
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, see, I don't have that background. I just, I jumped in and played a bit, when I played it for the first time. And then obviously everything's already built up. So people were showing me different sort of custom games. We were playing Infection and fucking Duck Hunt with a fucking warthog and a
Halo 3 did have all that stuff at launch. Those they'd evolved through the course of Halo 2 and stuff, because I played Halo 2, but I like Halo 3 was really that was when I went psychotic about it. I don't necessarily I feel like Destiny is probably missing that party game playlist mode. You know, like silly things like King of the Hill and
dude,
like Infection modes and things like that.
It brings me back to land couch party mode. You've got it right on one. Like just a bit
And
of goofiness.
The other thing that I would love to see Destiny do in some capacity, because it does have the assets to it, but I don't know how well the servers would handle it, is big team modes and objective-based modes, like capture the flag and stuff like that. I love that shit back in Halo, and I feel like all of our modes now are centered around kill, right? Kill, kill, kill. That's how you win. And I mean, obviously, you've got to kill to win a capture the flag game too, but objectives, I think, really break up that cycle. Like playing a solely objective-based game, you could get no kills, cap the flag 3 times. You're the fucking hero. You know, like I feel like an element of that would be great for Destiny. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it translates, but I know there's fucking tanks in Destiny, so put them in the fucking maps. Make some big enough.
Imagine gun game.
Dude, like why not?
Imagine exotic gun game in Destiny.
I think it'd be great. What about
What would be
how
the,
about
what,
this?
what
How
would
about
be the,
this?
What would be the final kill? Exotic gun game.
Subclass gun game. Like in Overwatch where you change characters. You just flit through all fucking 12 subclasses. Right? Like that's what I mean. Destiny in that context, there is so much fucking variety there. It's just kind of like tied to you choosing what your identity is rather than being like fucking, you know, having it thrown at you going deal with it, right? I feel like there could be, yeah, I mean, I feel like the last gun would be the Kvostov or something, you know? It's there. I think Bungie at this point would have to be seriously thinking about what they're doing to freshen up PvP. I think we're always going to come back to the, you know, net coding issues or whatever you want to call it. You know, it's a relatively old engine and stuff like that, but I do believe that there's a lot that they could do that would add some fun back to, you know, to PvP.
Do you reckon Destiny could ever add like everyone can have the preset loadout and you got to pick your guns up in game, and then when you kill people, they just fucking engrams just explode everywhere and you pick up their loot?
I feel like it would be a great systemic change to add variety, to have something like that where you go in knowing that you are on an equal footing. Like, okay, this game, it's Titans. Everyone's on a Titan. You get given a generic Titan that are blue or red.
That actually gets me excited. That actually gets me excited.
And then you get a random loader. Okay, in this game, maybe you get like a fucking shitty botheration shotgun, though it can be all right if you know what you're doing. And, you know, blue guns. You know, like shit like that. Like just who fucking cares how good the guns are? Just get in and do it. Maybe depending on how many kills you get, you can unlock the ability to like have another weapon added to your loadout. I don't know. I feel like that's what I mean. Like all of the elements are there. They're already in Destiny. It's just kind of like the system that attributes them to your character doesn't seem to be set up in a way that they could change them on the fly. But I'd like to see them do more of that. As I was going to say, it does hurt me a little bit when I see people that are like fucking, oh, I hate PvP. Oh, I just go in there and lose. And I'm like, look, Destiny's PvP is like that. But I feel like PvP, there should be fun modes as well as sweat modes. Anyway, that was a little tangent that we went on, wasn't it?
I think what separates, there's a very big psychological gap between Destiny PvE and Destiny PvP. Yeah, and I think it's bigger in Destiny than it is in other games, because the guys that really like PvE are content fucking doing the same shit over and over again because they want to get a god roll, they want to level up, they want to get their fucking season pass or whatever, or they want to perfect a raid or this kind of stuff. And that mindset is very different from PvP, which is competing against others, whereas PvE is competing against yourself.
Yeah, and teamwork and all that sort of stuff. I feel like, but I mean, that's true of every game. I think, you know, like that's the difference. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. That was a good little segue, I think. Maddie, what have you got on the lore cards this week? What are you talking about?
Well, the funny thing is when you don't play Destiny, you miss out on a lot of cues in the game. So I made a video about Micah 10 being the next speaker, and every second comment was, I thought Crow was the next speaker. I'm like, fuck me. What did I miss? So did you pay attention? Thanks, friends. Where's all my fucking Destiny actual mates, mate?
I don't pay attention to this shit. God, you can't rely on me for that.
Did you fucking get Hawkmoon?
Yeah.
Did you pay attention to anything that was said in the Hawkmoon quest?
Really? It was mostly said by Crow, who I don't really like. Like, give me a quest narrated by Shax. I'll eat every word of that like it's fucking the finest grain. But I am just so sick of apathy. Oh, thank you, Guardian.
Oh, shut up. He's a good character. I actually like him. I like him. Right, so...
Soft cock.
Listen. If you actually listen to the Hawkmoon quest is actually poggers. It has a lot of story components that people have been waiting for, and you've just glossed straight over them.
Yeah, yep.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, why would I? I mean, I have it, like, you were going to tell me about it now, so.
Aldrin, right? Not Aldrin. He's called Crow now. Not the Crow either. Too. That was also triggering people by saying the Crow. That was his previous title. It's just Crow. It's like saying the log rather than log.
I mean, I am the log.
You are also log. Crow has a dream, and he is the hawk, this light hawk, and he's following, and he's seeing through the eyes of the hawk, which is actually the mission you're playing as.
Okay.
So when you start the mission, he's like, oh, this is what I saw. This is the area I saw. The geography matches. Keep going. And then you get to another part. Oh, I saw you wielding the weapon, Hawkmoon, filled with light. So they're actually not just dreams, but they're almost like predictions of the future too.
Okay.
Right. So he's seeing through the eyes of the hawk. So who's the hawk? It's pretty much spelled out that the hawk is the traveler. It is a communication. It's a message from the traveler. It's a representation of the traveler. So the traveler is communicating
directly
to the crow. To Crow.
Sorry, my bad.
Who is guiding us. It's very paradoxical. Who is guiding us to get Hawkmoon, which he's already seen us wield.
Okay.
Right? Like the whole mission has already happened in his dream. But because it's a dream, he doesn't remember all of it. So he only remembers parts of it. So there's a segment that he says, like, I've seen you wield it, and that's after you get the orbs of light to charge it up. And he's like, I don't know what happens next though, but I know where we need to go. We need to go to the Shard of the Traveler because I've seen it and I've seen us there.
Yep.
So why is all this significant? Well, back in the lore book Constellations, we got probably the most backstory we've ever been given on the history of the speakers. And during the Golden Age, certain individuals would have dreams from the traveler's perspective, and it was basically messages from the traveler. And they would have, that's how they would potentially pick a speaker, was these dreams.
Yep.
The dreams eventually stopped after the collapse because the traveler went into its slumber. But there were other signs like ghosts you would follow around potential travelers. But they didn't have a way of communicating with the traveler again. That's why the speaker made the mask, which was an amplifier to hear the traveler. So that was the purpose of the speaker's mask. The traveler now has been reawakened. That's why this whole quest is actually pretty fucking pivotal, because everyone keeps going, why isn't the traveler done it? This is like the first significant thing the traveler's fucking done since being
awoken,
reactivated.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So the traveler has been reactivated. Crow has a dream, and it basically suits the criteria. If he had this dream in the Golden Age, he would be a candidate for a speaker, right? So he has some sort of connection to the Traveler for whatever reason.
Yep.
And there's heaps of dialogue hints. Basically, like Glint literally says, "This starts the domino effect. The Traveler's been reawakened. Everything happens for a reason." Like just these massive, like everything happens for a reason. Just like hinting that Crow could be the next speaker. So that's one of the that's pretty much why everyone's saying Crow would be considered speaker material. The next thing is, as a speaker, you would have to interpret the dreams. And this is where Crow doesn't have any guidance on how to interpret this, right? He has a dream as being a fucking hawk, the Hawkmoon quest, and Guardians wielding this weapon. But how does this fit into, like, what does it fucking mean? Log.
The numbers, Mason. Yeah.
The numbers, Mason. What does it mean? And they don't quite know, but they actually give you three sort of reasons or three interpretations of the dream in the quest through the quest dialogue. Let me bring it up so I can find the quote for you. It is. Oh, I've gone too far. One is, so when you pick up the feathers, it says these feathers are all the same down to the molecule, and yet at the same time subtly different, changed by the way in which we interact with them. It's like the Traveler has tried to show us the consequences of our actions without actually showing us anything at all. So one interpretation is that, there is consequence for actions. And we don't know what else that means. You could say, well, is the Traveler a bit upset that we embrace the darkness? Right? Yeah. Like it could be something to do with that. And is this a reminder there's consequences for actions? The second interpretation is that, and this really fits a theory that Crow's going to become a speaker, so I'll read it out. Crow smiles awkwardly. It feels childish, but it's like...
Fucking Discord.
Look, he come back.
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know why it's doing that. Really fucking annoying.
Okay. Crow smiles awkwardly. It feels childish, but it's like the gun, or maybe the Traveler wants us to experience triumph. Glint thinks this may have to do with the elevated states of emotion, like we need to attune our minds to a specific wavelength. Crow doesn't seem completely convinced. There's a part of him deep down that believes it's true. I think we should try, Crow asserts. Together. So the other interpretation is the Traveler is really trying to build up Crow. Traveler wants Crow to experience hope, triumph. This could be a redemption arc, a redemption story.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yep.
Right? And
I mean, that's kind of the way it's headed already anyway, isn't it?
Definitely pointing that way.
Yeah.
They and all the stuff, basically all the in-game dialogue says all the same shit. They strongly suggest, they even just bring it up. Oh, basically speakers used to have these dreams, right? Like when you're playing the game, like
yeah.
They're messages from the Traveler. The last more obvious reason for the dream is that, remember how we made Ruinous Effigy?
Yeah.
Which was a stick from the Tree of Ruins, or the Tree of Silver Wings.
Yep.
And that was from the darkness. Hawkmoon is made from the light, and it's actually made from the outer shell of the Traveler. So it says in the quest, no, it's an effigy of Hawkmoon made from the same material as the outer shell of the Traveler. This reminds me of the gift the Pyramid left us in Io, the one Eris transformed into weapon, but it's undeniably of the light. So The traveler's awake. It lets the crow have a dream who guides us to basically reclaim, remake, create a new version of Hawkmoon, a weapon of the light. Whereas the ruinous effigy was basically one from darkness, from the Tree of Silver Wings. And why? Here comes the kicker. Why do we want that? Do you remember who was at the end of the mission? Who was fucking around?
The hive. What's its face? Yes. I can't remember.
Savathun.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Do you remember what the re-rolled mission's called for Hawkmoon? What the mission title's called when you unlock it?
No, I don't. No.
It's Harbinger.
Oh yeah. No,
What's
I read it.
What's a Harbinger?
What's like a harbinger of death, right? Someone who brings something, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a person that comes to announce the arrival of someone else. What do you do in the mission? You kill the emissaries of Savathun, the harbingers of Savathun. People are announcing her arrival. So, wait for it. Here's a plot twist. Remember how I said his dreams are like predictions of the future. He saw us wielding Hawkmoon before we had made it. He had visions of being the bird in the same geography that we were going through, right? Yeah. The very, very beginning of the quest, he says this: I'm free. So like the first introduction when he explains his dream to you, I'm free, soaring toward a distant pillar of light. The dream always ends the same way. That light flickers like a candle flame and goes out. And then there's nothing. Prediction of the future, Savathun's arrival, third fucking collapse, whatever we're up to now. Where the whole point of this mission is to set up the arrival of Savathun and prepare Guardians by giving them Hawkmoon.
Beautiful. I feel like they should probably do a better job of explaining that in game.
Oh yeah, and by the way, the very first quest step is called Harbinger 2 or something like that, and it says, and your ghost says, I'm worried about Crow. If these are more than just dreams, it could be the harbinger of something terrible.
Ooh. Yeah, but like it's implying that it's not, pivotal. Right? It's implying that it's not. It's implying it's a good thing.
What? That question, that sentence?
Oh, that like if the dreams are more than just dreams, isn't it implying that the traveler's like fucking actually doing things now, right?
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing.
Specifically referring to the dream where the thing flickers out.
Yeah, the traveler is actively trying to assist us in preparation for Savathun's arrival.
Cool.
Which is different than there's a bunch of different stuff like in the quest that compares what messages they would have received during the Dark Age, and I just think there's a couple continuity mistakes in there, but it doesn't matter. I can't be fucked talking about them. But people be like, excuse me, because basically they mentioned dreams during the Dark Age. Yep. And the Constellation Law book bases the dreams stopped after the collapse. There wouldn't have been any dreams in the Dark Age. There were other signs, but the quest steps mentioned dreams in the Dark Age, and everyone's like, actually, excuse me, there wasn't any dreams during the Dark Age. I mean,
it's the sub community of Destiny that you're probably not going to pull detail fucking wool over the eyes of. It's the law community.
So that's basically what I've got. It was a really great quest. It actually had a lot of detailed lore in it, a lot of really good quotes in it, a lot of really good quotes in the lore steps. It was probably one of the top quests you probably shouldn't have skipped over. It would have been worth reading.
Right.
But that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I know. It keeps you in a job, doesn't it?
Yep. It'll be out Monday morning, Sunday night, US.
Oh, something to look forward to. I do watch them. That's seriously, I've become so reliant on you explaining it on the podcast, and then I don't concentrate. I just try and get through everything quickly. I probably should change that. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up chat. If you've got anything that you desperately need to say, we're going to give you a fucking couple of minutes. That's what we're going to do. Just make it quick. We'll answer questions if you've got questions. We'll comment on things if you want us to comment on things. And if you don't, then good luck and Godspeed. What are you playing this? What are you playing this week, Matty? What's the plan?
Okay. So can I talk about some Twitch strategies? Oh, actually, do you want to hear the story about the troll?
Yeah, I do actually. I want to hear you tell it. I know what happened, but I want to hear you tell it. Right.
In case people don't know, the just chatting category is a different beast. I reckon every second day we'll get someone looking for a reaction, right? Like people will come in and they'll just say, I want to blow a huge load in your asshole. Straight up. First message, no follow.
That's presumptuous.
And you know me, I thrive on that kind of shit.
Yeah. It's chaos. Yeah. It's just fuel.
It makes me stronger.
Yeah.
Right? So someone did this. Someone said they wanted a big load in their mouth or something like that. And I'm like, well, let me have a look at your stats. First you need to follow, then you need to take me out for dinner, and then maybe tell me a little story, right? Anyway, so this sort of banter happened. Every day, the chat name was Matt Jr., by the way.
Jesus Christ.
This dude would come in and say something like that. Just say something overtly sexual. And we just play with it. And then chat started getting on board. So then chat started to look forward to every day when Matt Jr. would come in and say something like just absolutely horrid. And everybody's
so
like, yay,
at that point he's walking into an ambush. Like a tonal ambush of like, no matter what he says, everyone's gonna laugh, and it's at that point you've won.
And Monday, he broke form. He said, look, mate, I mean this honestly, this started as a massive troll, but I'm gonna leave you alone now. You actually seem like a really good dude. You got a good sense of humor. I'm gonna go bother someone else. And then chat was like, wait, are you breaking up with us? And I was like, are you breaking up with me? And then I out-trolled the troll. And now he's left.
That's how you do it, honestly. That's how you've got to do it. You got to have thick skin to be able to just laugh at that shit straight away. I mean, we were talking about it. The only way you can really ruffle me or Matt is to attack people that aren't me or Matt that we care about, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That'll get us going. Yeah. If it's, I couldn't care less. If it's directed at me. But that's good. I love that shit.
It was very close. It was very close to the fucking, what was a Bungie bounty? Surf as a God. It was basically Surf as a God Volume 2.
Yeah. Just someone.
I still get Wizard James showing up in chat, posting the same thing.
That same
posting
guy.
Surf as a God like a year later.
That's insane. It would be nearly a year later. It'd be like 10 months.
In May it would be a year.
11. Yeah. Well, 9 months. Yeah. Fuck.
May the 4th.
Wow. You've got some dedicated motherfuckers over there, dude. Way outside of my attention span. All right, we're going to jump into Josh. We're going to let people speak and read their questions. How do you guys feel about going into season 13? Are you feeling confident about it or feel like it's going to flop? And look, where I am at with Destiny right now, I am hoping for a variation in things, but I don't have any enormous expectations. And I think that that's probably where, if people are serious about being here for the long haul, they need to set their fucking expectations at. Like, just be responsible. Don't overhype yourself, and be prepared that it might not be to your taste. That's what I'd say. I think that it's Yeah, we're in an awkward spot, and there's no denying that.
I think
that's
most people, I don't know. This is the feeling I get so far, is that most people are on the way out. They've broken up with Destiny, or they're thinking about breaking up, and they're sort of like, "I'll come back when you're hot again."
Yeah. That's a horribly apt analogy, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I liked my broken bone one earlier, but I think that might be even better. Like if I break up with you, your motivation to go and, get hot.
Fix yourself up, fix your life up.
Yeah. I hope Rach isn't listening to this. Jesus Christ, I might be in some trouble. Old Loggy Power Slave is going to get ditched. Back to the gym we go, boys. Look, yeah, I think it's fair. I think like you can look at it both ways. I mean, we know the game's in a shitty spot. If you're gonna have a break, right? If you've got other things you want to play, go and play other things. That's fine. Keep your toe in the water, keep your ear out for what's going on. But don't. I'm personally going like, I'm just going to see what comes. If I am organically interested in it, then I'll be seeking it out and playing it. I mean, it's Destiny. I'm going to play it to some extent, but I don't think Destiny lives or dies in any context by this. I think that we know that there's building to be done, and everyone admits it, and that's just where we're at.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'm having a lot of fun playing other games, and I 100% will jump into the next season when it pops up and give my impressions. And every time there's new content in Destiny, I think to myself, fuck, this is a good game. God damn, I enjoy it. It's just I just don't play it for very long anymore. And that's okay.
Yeah, I think that like it's the kind of game that the scope of it, the way it's going, right, with activities being around for longer and all that sort of stuff, you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to, come back for a few months and then go for a few months, and that's fine. And I think that's probably a healthier relationship for people to be looking at with Destiny. It probably is going to make it harder for us to do the podcast in terms of like me and Matt. Like no shit. It's challenging to. I don't know how the fuck Matt does it when he like hardly plays at all and turns up and does a fucking hour and a half podcast about it every week. The second, like I haven't played it for a fortnight and I feel like I'm on a fucking another planet. Like I think that like. I
mean, there's lucky there's one of us that fucking plays the game.
Yeah, I mean, we're fucking rudderless at the moment. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm always going to play Destiny, no matter what state it's in. It is my comfort blanket. But, I've been playing a shitload of Sea of Thieves, and I've admittedly, like, Sea of Thieves is way more brainless, way more grindy, and all the shit's arbitrary as fuck. Like, nothing really matters in that game. But do I want to get to Pirate Legend? Yes, I do. Why? Because Pirate Legend. I get to go on more quests to the same thing, right? So I've just swapped one fucking thing for another. It's not really like I'm sick of that type of game. So Destiny is always going to be part of what I do.
Our biggest issue right now is that we've branded ourselves as Destiny Down Under.
Yeah, I mean, if I had my time over again, I probably would have done something a little more opaque, but...
do you reckon we should play fucking... Do you reckon we should... What's Beyonce's? What's...
Destiny's Child?
Should we just play some Destiny's Child when we start?
I'm going to go and learn to read fucking tarot cards, and I can do people's fortunes and destinies, right? And then after that, we can just do what we do now and just talk shit. I don't know. I was, it is what it is. We named this because Destiny is ultimately what put us in this situation. And look, we're just going to continue doing what we do. We turn up and have a chat for an hour and a half every week, and that's that. What we talk about depends on the strength of Destiny, really. If it's there, then we talk about Destiny. If it's not, then we don't. The end. And if you don't, like as an audience member, you're more than able to come and go as you please. So I'm not going to beat myself up over it. All right, there was another question. Josh again. Also, how do you feel about the new vendor system making way to progress through Crucible? I think it's a good change. The refresh has been pretty shit for a while. I don't think it's rewarding enough though. So I'd like to see him double down on it and make it rain. But yeah. How offensive an analogy do I have to come up with to have you boys outright ignore reading it on the podcast? What's the analogy about? What's the... look, it's Jugs.
Can you go start your own fucking podcast so you're not such a shit cunt in ours?
I think he is. Wasn't he talking about starting the politics one with
I can't fucking wait for you to have your own podcast. I can't wait.
I will pump that up because they are the two most savage people I've ever met in my entire fucking life. Both of them. I feel like I don't think the world is ready, honestly.
Yeah.
There you go. Fucking don't say I don't do anything for you pieces of shit. Pumped up your podcast.
When I'm getting a haircut.
Yeah.
I'm getting a haircut today.
You're going to get your haircut like Chris?
Hey, don't bring my brother into this.
I just wanted to make it weird.
No, my hair's actually very different from Chris's, so I don't know what I'll get. Oh, look, I don't know what to do. I just say do whatever you want. It's Danny's mum anyway. So if my hair looks shit for my wedding, it's fucking her fault.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's... Oof. Yeah.
But do you know what I did? I went to shave my beard and just to trim the mow. I didn't have the right clippers on, so I cut the mow really short.
Fuck.
And I was like, fuck. Yeah, it's growing back now. But
you're a little fucking hobbit. It grows back in 15 minutes.
Dude, I'm the hairiest cunt around.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
that sentence. Dude, I've dropped 3 C-bombs on this fucking
I don't think I've dropped one yet.
No, I know.
Can't.
No,
there you go.
It's just been me.
Bit of value. All right, look, let's fuck off. How about that? We've done our job for the week, Matty. We've turned up and we've talked about things and I think, look, it's fucking hot in Australia at the moment. I know that wherever you are, probably the balance of averages is that wherever you are else in the world, it's fucking cold. It is like 40 fucking degrees outside and my maniac children don't want to be inside. So I'm going to go and sweat my ass off and probably have a few beers on the back deck. Matt, what are you going to do with your afternoon? Go and get a haircut. Well, it's
I'm going to get a haircut and Danny's mum's moving house. Oh, fucking chuck shit in a skip bin.
I find that sort of shit. I like that sort of stuff. Like if I have to move heavy stuff around that I don't have to take care of, I'm there.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Like throwing it in a skip.
Like just like give me that job. I don't want to move your fridge that you plan on keeping for the next decade. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I don't want to move your lounge that's got that locks into itself. But if you're talking, you've got like an old TV that you no longer want, you want to get rid of, I'm your dude. I will come off the top rope and elbow it into a skip bin. That is me. Yeah. I was about to say Rey Mysterio. That means a very different thing. Oof. All right, we're going to find someone to host. Fucking hell, Matt. Where's the law going to find people?
Right. You think, where would the law be today? And you have a look around. Aldrin, Visions, Crow. Wait, what else is Halo video? You go through the comments. Halo video. Yo, I just unfollowed. Halo's not it, fam. Good luck with the business choice. And you click that little button that underneath it shows you that says like other comments.
Yeah.
And every fucking person there. When's the Halo law? Fuck off.
The law
will not find you.
The law will not find you. It's dead. Goodbye.
Bye. That was a bad.
I'm bringing us back just so you can apologize to people for that.
I'm sorry.
The music and everything. That was a bad one.
It was. I've gotten worse. I can't remember how I do it. It's actually bad.
It's like riding a bike and you've just forgotten and now you fall off.
I just crash every time.
I think we're going to need to bring up a new segment to finish the show. I
actually think we need to change. I think we need a new segment.
I think we're going to need to do Matt reads a copy pasta about himself. All right,
Yeah,
we're
that's not
raiding
bad.
Pigeon. Go and say good day. Bye.
That's not bad, to be honest.